problem we can calculate the minimum number of operations required to convert one string into another string. As you can see that we are given two strings BEAT and BEATS, that is beats and read. Now we need to convert read into beats. So what we have to do? First of all, you should know that how to represent these two strings through this table. So you can see there is representation although, but how to fill it with the elements. The 0 at the position 0, 0, let's say this is an array named E. So E having 5 rows and E having 6 rows and 6 columns. So we have given the indexes from this place 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and here also we have given the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now at this position E of 0, 0 denotes that we have a 0 length string and we need to convert it into another 0 length string. So we require 0 number of insertion, 0 number of deletion and 0 number of updations. For calculating E of 0, 1, this means that E of 0, 1 means that we have a 0 length string and we need to convert that 0 length string into B. So we need to insert one character, that is B. So we have mentioned 1 here. Then for constructing BE through a 0 length string, we need to insert BE, that these are two characters, so we'll mention 2 here. And for constructing BEA through again 0 length string, we need to insert 3 characters. And similarly for BEAT, we need to insert 4 characters. Now this is all about the insertion and row operations. Now come to the column 1. It is mandatory to fill these rows and these columns first. Then you can traverse along these other rows and columns to find their values. So these columns represent that through column how we can make a 0 length string by using beat string, BEATS, this string. So for converting BEAT for converting B into a 0 length string, we need to delete one character from character, so it will convert into 0 length string. Then for making BE a 0 length string, we need to delete 2 characters, so we mentioned 2 here. Then for converting BEA into a 0 length string, we have to delete 3 characters, so we have mentioned 3 here. For converting DEAT into a 0 length string, we need to delete 4 characters, so we have mentioned 4 here, 4 here, and so for BEATS we have mentioned 5 here. Now we wish to know that BE, how BE can be converted into B. How B is only converted to B. So it will require no operation to convert B into B. So we'll choose the diagonal element. When these two elements are same, we'll choose the diagonal element. Or we can think it logically that B and B are same, so it will require zero operations to be converted. We will mention a zero here. Now, traversing further, what are the minimum number of operations we require to convert BE into B? That is, we are calculating E of 1 of 2. So, as we can see that B and E are two different characters. So we have a trick that if we have two different characters in a row and a column, then we'll find the minimum of these three elements and add 1 to the minimum element. So we'll add 1 to 0. So we'll get the value of minimum number of operations to be performed to convert BE into B. Then here we can see again that A and B are different characters, and we need to find E of 1 of 3, and we need to convert BEA into B. So the minimum number of operations we have to perform is, we can calculate the minimum of these three elements again, add 1 to the minimum element, that is 1. So we add 1 to it, so we obtain 2 here. For the next, as we need to convert BEAD into B, the minimum number of operations we will require, as B and T are different, so we'll calculate it through calculate by observing the minimum of these three elements, that is 2. So we'll add 1 to it, obtaining 3. Then the minimum number of operations which is required to convert B into BE. We can calculate it by getting the value of E of 2 of 1. So since E and B are different, so we'll analyze the minimum among these three elements. So we see that the minimum among these three elements is 0. So we'll add 1 to it and put the value here. We obtain 1 and we have inserted 1 here. Now for converting BE into BE, we need to calculate the value of E of 2 of 2. Since E and E are same, then what we should check now, the trick is different. The minimum number of operations required to convert BE into B is equal to the minimum number of operations required to convert BE into BE. So what we'll minimum that the minimum number of operations required to convert BE into B is 0. So we'll put a 0 here, which is the diagonal element. Now for finding E of 2, 3. E of 2, 3 represent that we need to convert BEA into BE. So the minimum number of operations we will require is, we will see the minimum of these three elements, that is 0, and add 1 to it. So we will obtain 1. Now similarly here also we need to convert BEAT into BE. So we will see the minimum of these three elements. We have 1, and thus we will add 1 to it to get the value of minimum number of operations we obtain 2. Now similarly we will traverse the whole. We obtain the values 3, 2, 0. For if you are having a confusion, then you can understand here that how BEA is again converted into BEA. That is, the minimum number of operations required to convert BEA into BE is equal to the minimum number of operations performed to convert BEA into BEA. That is, we need to see from here BEA and BE. So we got a 0, that we have a 0, so we'll mention 0 here. So again it is taken from the diagonal element. Now we will fill the rest of the values using the same trick. So you can see that these are the values we obtained after converting BEA into BEATS. The last value is significant. Let's see how. Now you can see that from this one we have got the minimum number of operations required to convert B into B's, that is through one insertion. In this whole process we can decide which kind of operations we have performed. These arrows show the type of operation we have performed. This arrow for deleting, upward arrow for inserting, and diagonally pointing arrow to show the substitution. So the diagonal arrow is pointing towards pointing and showing that we are substituting a letter there. Now we can see that we can mark the arrows. We got one here due to the upward 0. So we'll mark here the up, that means the insertion operation. This 0 was obtained diagonally. So we'll mention here substitute operation. Here we don't have to substitute because the values are the same. So it's showing the 0 operation. So just we need to perform one operation, that is the insertion operation. So through this you have obtained how to solve the minimum added distance problem, and the minimum added distance you can also use this formula for calculating the values of any of the positions according to your wish. But that was a small trick. A trick might be easy to calculate the values and to use this formula. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the video, and keep on watching other videos.